banding, get me on. Nanti nak potong sikit.
Please confirm to your knowledge that you are not a political body being political or getting creatures and you in fact possess any cultural. To my knowledge, do a lot of people not know if they're rebels? Thank you for your confirmation. Please move through. The machine will melt you from the inside out. Please move along.
Not a well-played round at all. Axis Esports bombs out at the very start of the day. One of the stronger teams to anticipate out there on Bermuda has been snuffed out from the get-go. So bad performance from Axis, but supreme from the side of the Supreme Assault Forces.
It's really unfortunate, more to a Z side, if you ask me right now. Back to the side of a team that actually just won themselves. Yes, they can kind of get their small victory for now for SAF, but I'm not sure for how long, because Anxiety is definitely the one that actually chasing for the hop drop spot, so they're not really that far either. Same goes for Icons, Ranka to Listewa, so I have a feeling that they might bump into each other, especially coming up from Anxiety. They got themselves really good loot. Now, where would they go? Would it be SAF side, or will it be going to a bit of the southern part, which they can actually try to have a fight for a bit? Because Icons, I'm surprised they didn't start a couple of fights in early on, because they're always one of the few teams that really love early skirmishes, but never, like I mentioned yesterday, never the last one to survive. And sort of Anxiety, Chessmen, seems like they're leaving Graveyard. This is where they start to go hunt, because this is where they really need, today is the day they really need to bump themselves out when it comes to overall scoreboard, overall rankings. And if they swap over later, and that happens to be Group B players or Group B teams happen to share for the next week's group with the Group C, that's going to be really difficult for them to actually have a bit of a stepping stone for the later version of the league itself.
It seems like the action has died down. All the cheeky teams, cheeky players, and the cheeky hot drops have found its end as ORV manages to disengage and run away as far away as possible from the players of NC, as well as bring the players right back into the match. And of course, SAF, we just saw them absolutely annihilate the players of Axis Esports. So things are going to be quite slow until that first circle pushes everybody in together once again like a whole.
Because at the end of the day, this is free stuff. Anyone can claim.
Like when old boys get together once again, you know, everybody's old, but you guys used to know each other from when you were standard 1, standard 2. You know,
But you don't
good
have
memories.
barbecue in this one. That's
No
it.
barbecue, lah.
No barbecue. A
No
barbecue would be
barbecue, but
great.
they'll light something up on the battlefield, potentially the other teams.
There will be a lot of glue walls, definitely. I'm not sure how that barbecue can relate to the glue walls, but I think for now, NC actually, after they sign up under a new org here, coming up from Freedom Cheese before, they're doing really great. So I think that kind of boosts a bit of their confidence, and also when it comes to their motivation, feels like they have a bit of a drive right now, really wanting to prove to the org that they're well deserving to be sponsored. But back to the start of Todak. Now,
That's
this
sad,
is...
though.
Why?
You just struggle to prove to the org that you deserve to be sponsored.
You have to. I mean, like, you don't know how long you will last in the org, but you need to prove, like, we won't let you feel disappointed in us, you know?
Yeah.
Feels that way.
Thank you for believing in us. We'll now
Yeah.
prove ourselves. But, you know, not a lot being proven out there just yet. I mean, NC did manage to find a little bit of a slight improvement, I have to say, from week 1 into week 2, where they've climbed
baby
up
steps.
one spot. But you are correct. Baby steps, you know. You can't expect that baby to start jumping and hopping and skipping and
Yes,
running.
that would be really incredible if that happens. I mean, like,
So it's still
one day
7-year-old
maybe your
baby
junior...
baru je bangun, you know.
Maybe, I mean, like, your junior... If your junior can actually do that one day, I'm like, I'll be surprised, man, really.
No Mustachio Junior, lah.
Maybe,
One of
I
these
don't know.
enough in the world.
Oh, you're too special to have your clone to be produced again. But
The only one that can outdo me is my clone, and I will not allow that to happen. Toda and
Yeah.
the players of No Escape Revolt, and I don't think there's any escaping Toda. Toda is one of those teams that really know how to hit hard, but Bermuda on week 1, 15 points in total. They had a horrible start.
I mean, like, Toda used to be one of the most fearsome team, but right now they're sort of in a slope right now, not really getting their their full potential. Yeah, but seems like a bit of a try, but Toda lags.
Talking about
We only sack. Oh man, what happened to Toda?
Yeah.
We expected them to do better at this rate.
They're better when it comes to, you know, like the watery areas, Purgatory maybe, Alpha,
Yeah.
St. Joseph's Gate maybe, tak boleh lah. You know, Bermuda,
I agree.
Gili area, very little water on this map, so we understand those fishes kind of like
Masa
not
dalam
surviving
sebab
this land.
dalam tu
But
ada
Senai, on the
baju
other hand,
dalam
Icon
tu.
right in front of them getting annihilated, man, as well as his partner, Captain,
Nah,
manages to
tak kasi
barricade
nak
themselves
baikkan
inside of his
putih.
house, but Victory
Lepas
from
dia
afar
kerja.
manages to shut down Cap. Icon's 4 highs gets grenaded out of this round. One final player on the side of Icon still surviving, Man, but Victory moves on through to shut him out of the equation. Can he take him out with a Mag 7? The answer is going to be yes. Once they take out these glue walls, Orin finds the final guy. Sem9, 6 kills so early on, and NC once again catches up with ORE.
Yeah, two of them knocked down for now. ORV seems like having a good run today, even though they are quite in the bottom down there when it comes to standings like earlier today. But Flanks here trying to slow push towards the side of NC. Coming in, chugging into the zone for a bit just because he needs to get a bit more space to just advance forward. On the side of Flank, here comes the front line, reach over to the side of NC. Funan coming up from the flank side, going towards where the vehicles are. I found out, Dino, Zach's trying to run away. You can run, but you can hide. Back to the side of Flank. That's going to be double kill. NC feels like... not really proving too much for the Ox right now.
And
And-
it's a very big struggle. It's a little sad, but it's a struggle. And see,
It's a nice try, valiant effort, I have to say.
I don't know. I mean, if you're already struggling in the competition, I would just recommend you to just avoid all gunfights. Drop into one of
True.
those safer spots. Try to get into the final circle. Guarantee yourselves points instead of going in for a couple of ego challenges. Walaupun ORV and, struggle sometimes out there on the battlefield, you also have to understand that their performance out there on the battlefield of Bermuda has been quite strong in comparison to some of the weaker teams on Bermuda. And you look at NC, they picked up 10 points lesser than ORV. They could barely pick up any kills. They could barely pick up a lot of placement points for themselves. So you really have to respect your opponents. Even though they are ones that are at the bottom of the leaderboard with you, doesn't mean you can overcome them all that too easily, So hot drops, a huge no-no. Hopefully that doesn't happen again in the future matches for NC. They just cannot afford it.
I mean, like, hard drop's supposed to be nearby them at the same time. Like, NC, nice try. I'm looking forward for them to actually surprise us with something today. At least, I give them a bit of a tiny hope, give myself a bit of a tiny hope back to the side of SAF. Now, at the moment I want to compliment about them, they're being shot down straight away coming up. This is going to be Farang. We do know how fierce a Farang is when it comes to firepower, when it comes to the strategy, the units and moving up, coming in with the team comps is just incredible for this week. And Jambal just trying to get out from here, trying to find an SAF. McRory coming in, Yado coming up from behind, quite far off, but too bad. On the ground, Spade just gonna tap it out, getting one more, a bit of trade between these two teams. SAF, Yado and Hawkeye left, but can they actually try to save the circumstances they're actually in? And Spade is still having more men for the side of Farang. It's gonna be 3v2. But is this best for the side of SAF to go for this engagement, just to go for the revival later and not pushing it too hard?
And you gotta love Garena for doing this, right? Removing the kill feed. So you don't know who you're shooting at, you don't know who's shooting at you. You're just barging your way through, trying to figure out with their tactics and gunfights and mechanical capability whether or not you want to take that engagement. So that's exactly why I respect Hawkeye. But as I was about to say that, the guy stops halfway through, tries to look behind, and he is the sacrificial lamb. Hawkeye is the one who's going to be buying Yado more time, where Yado's duty here is to run away as quickly as possible, get to one of those rewind points, and thankfully hard to get chips in as well, knocking Spade down onto the ground. And therefore, the players of Farang are going to be distracted just a little bit by hard to get one, trying to get those long-range engagements. And it looks like SAF will survive, at least for the time being.
We don't know if they're being engaged and ambushed by another team for SAF. That's going to be a different story completely. On the side of R2, again, they're going to take the advantage in. It had the gunshot earlier, definitely going to be the third party coming in, but it's a bit too late. It's Farang disengaged with Hawkeye, who's still surviving. Yando is running around the corners just to find himself a revival platform, which is so hard to land himself with. But Batman moving forward. Here comes the advancement of hard to get. Will be a failed attempt for the flush, but a successful one. It's all down to whoever coming up from the flank side. Speed, try to guard on the side of the windows, but Ares, it's a bit hard for him to actually climb over the window, isn't it?
Farang, it's a 3v3, good Riptide Rhythm, and the fantastic follow-up. Jespo doing that all on his own. SAF on the other hand, all thankful to the players of Hard to Get, allowing them to escape as SAF manages to bring back two of their players into the matchup. Hard to Get taking the fight to the players of Farang as they pick up their own guy from the battlefield, almost dropping Spade. The timing is good for Yadov as Insane goes down. Farang still has a good hold on this engagement, but they're running out of resources and therefore they have to disengage. But the decision comes through a little bit too late. Jespo trying to survive alongside with the circle. He is safe enough to run away, but SAF is in front to welcome Jespo with open arms. Now it is Let's Go. It is all in his hands. Can they finish off the players of Farang? Farang teased them a little bit earlier on. The answer is going to be yes, but Let's Go way too close. McRory has scored the one and only charge buster in hand. Waits for his opportunity. Grenade not McRory finally puts that end to this round. RV on the other hand have got the circle with them. SAF right outside, but anxiety are on the approach. They hear all of these gunshots and they want a piece of this action.
SAF having a good revenge, sweet one. Karma hits the back on the side of Farang, but RRB shots on the ground. Funan gonna go forward here. Kanoho coming up from the side. Anxiety is just taking advantage when it comes to today's performance.
of battle royales. Well,
Nama
but
dia
all they
Fatima.
have now is to defeat